In series of dialogues, David Bohm tries to emphasize that thought has a relative value, but thought's emphasis on self-centeredness has created a huge number of destruction in the world, and therefore it is important to understand the way thought operates. One may ask why the self-centered thought is so bad to have, but the argument that he gives is that if the self is real, then it may hold ground, but because it is a reality which is created by thought, which is illusionary, and therefore we need to understand this to free ourselves from thought. This may seem paradoxical, but it is thought that creates an image which we attribute as self, and that self is given a sense of reality which is sustained by thought. So it appears as if that the self is the thinker, it is the source of thought, and it is producing thought. On the contrary, it is the other way around. It is thought that has created this illusionary reality of what we call self. And so this makes us think as if the thought is non-existent thing, but in reality, thought is real, whereas the self that we assume as real is an illusionary thing. But the thought is producing an assumption of a thinker, and the thinker is the self which is producing the thought. So there is a lot of deception here being created by thought. Thought may say to us that I am honest and I am producing this thinker and I am serving the thinker, but it is serving itself. This is where thought becomes dangerous according to David Bohm, because it is constantly in the process of deception and creating false realities. So this deceptive conditioning around the self-centeredness that thought produces is dangerous, and freedom from this is what he really emphasized. So freedom from the unhappiness, sorrow, destructiveness that the thought creates is far more fundamental and important than freedom from anything else. And once there is a freedom from the deception of thought, that one is able to be more creative and constructive and useful to the world around. Thanks so much for listening.